If you want to subscribe to the live screen sharing room on DAX and watch every day the live trades I do on time during the market hours, the first hour of cash trading and then US session, and why I'm taking these trades, you can go on my Twitter page here at this name and click this on the pinned tweet here, this link which will prompt you to a PayPal subscription service which is have a small description here, and the first 2 days is free, then you can have free cancellation if you wish so, and then it's just 19 euros a month. So if you click login here, then this will prompt you to a subscription details, and then you will need to let me know about this so I can send you the password, and so you can be able to log in every day and watch the live screen sharing. Or you can just go to my YouTube channel here, which I upload every day the video after what happened after the European cash market closes, and this is the link here of the everyday recording after the market closes. So this is just free, you can feel free to go here and just watch this. Okay, hello everyone, so let's see what we are today. Basically, have a look at yesterday. We tagged weekly highs here and Monday highs and failed to fill the gap of previous week close. Immediately reversed lower. Now we are already below yesterday's close and below yesterday's value area. Key area here 650, 660 areas to see if price can go there. Hold resistance for a move lower. Now already below yesterday's low. Need to see if this will hold for a move down to 540s, which is the weekly lows, and what will do there if it hold or not. Also the daily chart here, you can see after the sharp close below this lower Bollinger Band on Monday, then a reversal, but then a failure in the mid Bollinger Band here and potential continuation today. So we need to see if this will happen. Also we have Italian referendum later this week, so perhaps this will have an impact on market sentiment towards the downside, but key level to hold below 600 here at the cash open, so looking for something like this towards 500, 540 area. Also looking at the VIX here, you can see this kind of bottoming area here for VIX, and yesterday closed at the highs, so need to see if this will spike further today due to his Italy referendum later on this week as well. So perhaps people might buying some insurance about the high volatility. I initiated a short position here in anticipation of a 600 breakdown, just in the middle of the range now, so let's give it some time. Would like to see this breaking down below 600 for a move down to 540s eventually. Initial balance very tight, so we need to see if it spikes, holds, or if it reverses like yesterday. Scale out first part of the position here. Key now to see if it holds below 600 for a move further down. Straight down now. We need this to hold straight down for the next 30 minutes, so this current 30-minute candle can develop and go towards 540s area. Also looking at the weekly profile here, I said all this week this 680 is provided a very good area even for a swing trade against it, in anticipation that we have the Italian referendum and price might drop for potential for obvious reasons. So we need to see now if we hold below 600 for the whole day for a move down to 440s. This is not just for today for a straight line, of course you never know, but generally within this week until we see some further downside, straight down here. Scale out my position here, third target, very nice straight short entry. Now we need to see if it goes down to 540s eventually. So as an exhaustion now, as a range for the first hour of cash trading is at its most common range, which is like 60 points, 55 points. So better scale out here if not flattening the position. Also perhaps this is too stretched outside of lower Bollinger Band and will need to rebound, to have a rebound, then perhaps sell further. Of course, with this amount of straight down move, we still have this 540 as a target. Lower than 540, which is this week's low. Then we're looking for this low volume area here, which is at 500 basically. So this coincides with 500. You see here on the chart. Okay, here we are now, and price is rebounding from the lows here. You can see how important it is to be aware of the range of every hour basically of trading, so you can avoid, for example, selling here because it went that far and paying the bottom while this will turn against you. Also, this is short covering now straight up. We need to see if this will hold resistance once again here. Better wait a little bit to see if it spikes above initial balance high. And in 3 minutes we have the new second 30-minute candle here, which we need to see if we will break above initial balance high and go towards the upside, or if we'll just go straight down as this candle went. Also, you can see the importance of tracking as a reference point the Bollinger Band here. This was too much outside and immediately got bought. Once above VWAP here, shorts have to cover, so that's why this spike straight up. Let's give it some time to see the second candle now. I shorted here again at 607s now, in anticipation this will hold resistance and will give at least a pullback here before, if it's about to continue higher, before it continues, will give a pullback potentially. Stopped out of this short position here at initial balance high. You can see aggressive buying here, so next area to watch is 640, 660 area, which is now entering value area of yesterday's range. So key basically is to see if it holds here at 24s. Let's give it some time. Also, do not forget that this is first of the month and we tend to see buying flows, so we need to see now. Shorted once more here against this value area of yesterday. If this is failed to go inside, then it should pull back from here. Out of the short now, do not need to fight this, we need to let it do if it's about to go straight up here. Next key area is 640s for resistance. Another short here again against this value area low. This is, if this is about to fail here to go inside, then it will be great resistance here. Perhaps early short, but let's see if it gives a pullback at least. Scratch this short here now. Need to give it some time really to see if it goes inside value and what it will do if it holds at 640s or so. Once again short here against this high, price seems resistance here and at midpoint of Bollinger Band and at yesterday's value area low. That was the initial idea. Need to see now if this eventually will give a pullback towards VWAP at least. Choppy action here. Just to have a look here on the market context here on the weekly ranges, you can see after this massive rally on Trump election and before, in anticipation of a Trump election, how narrow these ranges of the week, of the current weeks have been. Of course, this was earlier like slightly almost double size. Okay, here we go. A few minutes later, I shorted here after this failure to hold the position up here on the resistance. Now on VWAP here, short is straight full target now. Need to see how further low this can go below the day's lows, or if this will just balance within. Also, we have the weekly lows lower. This was great resistance here. You can see market failed to accept value inside yesterday's value area. Great trade location, although here got chopped up a little bit due to 1 minute up and down range, but clear resistance here now shorted. and cover the position. Need to see if we go further down for a new low for the week later on. Okay, hello again. So let's see what happened today. So got that short after the first hour of cash close, which initiated up to initial balance high, scale out full target down to the lows, then price bounce, still held resistance here at initial balance low in 600s. Also this idea earlier that price failed above yesterday's value at high 624 provided great resistance, and we tagged weekly highs, although we bounced already here. So the question now will be if we continue lower towards the low of the day here in weekly lows, and what price will do if it holds for a move higher or if it extends further downside. Also looking to see if price go up to 600s, if it holds resistance again here for a possible short opportunity. Okay, so US cash open and now driving lower straight down. Need to see 537s, 540s area, value area low of today's session and previous weekly low here, 540s. If it holds any kind of support, need to allow this. It's 8 minutes into the cash trade, so need to see if this will happen here. Initially the long position here just above value area low of the day, perhaps early trade, but we'd like to see if it can extend further down, so we'll go long again down at the lows for a potential support and a rally up to VWAP at the time. Scale out first target here of the long position, support to the tick here at 540 is previous week low. Here this level you can see just touch and bounce. Now the question is if this will be a sustained support and go towards volume weighted average price. If this is about to hold here, perhaps a nice target will be 595 here. Of course too early to say, but let's give this some time and see. Just flatten the position here. Need to see if this will accelerate towards the low of the day or 537s here, value area low, and wait for it 6 minutes for the 30-minute candle to finish the auction here, and if it goes at the lows and if it holds support, basically that's the idea. Initiated another long here now. Need to see if this will test the lows though. Scale out the position here, first target. You can see on the 5-minute how nicely held support at value area low. Also on the 30-minute here and close to 540s. So remain to be seen now if this will go towards volume weighted average price. If it goes, perhaps can spike up to 592s, value area high. Also was looking at the nice tick at the time. The reason I located the trade there was because nice tick extended towards extreme lows, so perhaps this is a short-term bottom. Now if this will develop further upside, it remains to be seen again, but for an entry it was good timing. Second scale out since the entry at the low here, very nice entry down to 34s. Now question is if this will go up to 95s or so. So price broke out the first hour of cash trading low eventually here, very nice entry since 34s, anticipating. Now question is if we see a spike on VWAP as we did earlier the first hour here, which sold off, then shorts had to cover and spiked higher. We need to see if we will see this now. Straight failure it seems here eventually, so let's see if it holds the lows though. So basically this resistance here close to VWAP was very aggressive selling. You can see straight heavily tailed candle here. So if price goes again here, ones who shorted here they need to cover, and this is the point of control of the day here as well. So this covering will bring us a move up to 600 eventually. This is all if this supports and the low of the day holds and remains to be the low of the day, of course. Give it another go and bought here again 33s now, so in anticipation that this will hold support here. So let's see, because we are close at the lows of the day here, and perhaps we see a flash for a new low. Then we need to see what it does, if it holds support or if it goes lower. Again, scaled out first target 10 points since the entry, still long both trades here. You can see how nicely this holding support here faked it down in value area low, then bouncing. Then the question, as I said earlier, is if this will develop in a nice uptrend or if it fails again. Key time now, the new 30-minute candle opened here and previously closed fully towards the downside. So if this fails at the lows here, this will recover very fast, otherwise this will tank down lower, although SPY holding not at the lows of the day yet. Flatten the long positions here. Need to see when an if price comes back above 520s, then we'll go long again. Okay, got long here again in anticipation that this will fail to extend lower. Need to go above 23s now and go towards 55s again. This is key level here, previous day's lows. If this cannot hold lower, then we'll eventually go towards 540s, then 560s. Scale out first part of the position here. The reason I exited here is because exceeded slightly my 10 points stop loss, although thought this could flash further down, and I said why holding against when you can enter later. So this is exactly what I did here. Very nice entry and bounce straight up. So the question now again will be if this will be a fake down here towards the lower side and we see higher prices, or if this will continue to trend lower. Although nice tick here, there is not is slightly towards the bearish side, but holding, not extending lower. Also SPY didn't extend to new lows of the day like DAX did. So let's give this some time now. Stopped out of this now, this long position. Scale out first, then stopped out, so likely to follow towards the downside though. Sorted here for a potential breakdown of 500s and a flash lower. You can see straight down, although as my style of trading, this is kind of exhaustion towards the downside according to Bollinger Band, but let's give it some time. SPY selling lower. We're gonna pay the lows here. Out of the short here, this is against my willing and the way I trade. Better go long, to be honest, down here, but let's give it some time to stay on the sidelines. Initiate the long position here against the lows, basically against 500s here. Let's see if this is too much downside and we see a rebound. Scale out two targets here since this entry. Thankfully I flattened the short position here after this is straight down and close to the 30-minute candle close here. As I said earlier, this is not my style of trading, and because it's not the trading environment which you see price going 100 points then extending another 100 points, we are not in that volatility environment yet, so we tend to have more mini reversion of the trades. So the question now is if it goes above this previous low 520s and towards VWAP here. Also tracking the mid Bollinger Band to see if the last 30 minutes of the European cash trade will give us a 540s, 550s print. Also SPY now above 220 and failed to hold below. Also we're looking at the point of interest here to initiate the trade, and simultaneously the 5-minute chart. You can see how well the new candle held the low of the previous one, and then we have straight candles higher with not previous candle extending below the low of the candle before. Up and up and up here, so let's see if it goes up to VWAP basically. Also down at the lows was interesting divergence, both DAX and SPY extending lower, while nice tick failed to extend to extreme lows here. So underlying strength relative to the indices basically. So looking for a VWAP test for this trade. This morning the initial idea to see if we have a continuation towards this kind of new developing downtrend. We are still multi-week lows here, although not with the highest volatility and nice ranges yet. So just a comment about this weekly profile. If you remember previous 2 weeks ago, we had the same range here and failed to extend lower, then last day of the week bounced higher. So if this week remains to be a balanced week, sometime until tomorrow Friday, until tomorrow close for the week basically, we might see of course price rallying higher towards the midpoint 600s. The only difference is that we have the Italy's referendum on Sunday, so perhaps this creates a market sentiment towards more downside. Another good level is 440's previous Trump election week value area low here.